Hello, my curious people. I assume many of you, if not most of you, have heard of Ellen, America's favorite talk show host. And why shouldn't she be just that? I mean, she's funny, relatable, broke a lot of barriers for the LGBTQIA+ community in the entertainment industry. What's not to love? But is Ellen that what we see on our TV screens true one, or just a polished version? Her career has not always been an easy one. So how did she come to be one of the most beloved talk show hosts? What did Ellen do to currently be under fire? And why is her show being investigated? Could this mean the end of her show? Hit the bell and the subscription button and stay with me to find out more. Ellen DeGeneres was born on the 26th of January in 1958 in Louisiana. Growing up, the talk show host had no intention of becoming an entertainer. Instead, she dreamed of becoming a veterinarian, but in the end, gave up because she was not book smart. Instead, she took on other jobs such as being a waitress, a vacuum cleaner seller, and a house painter, among others. It was DeGeneres' older brother Vance who was the entertainer. He was an actor, comedian, and former correspondent for The Daily Show. Then, once during some public speaking event, Ellen was frightened by the size of the crowd and used humor to get through it. And it worked, and she became an instant hit and received many offers to do stand-up comedy. When she was 23, she began performing at local coffee houses, and she got really lucky, cause then, when in 1986, after being tipped off by Jay Leno, the Tonight Show star and Johnny Carson, sent a booking agent to see Ellen's stand-up show at the Improv in Hollywood. As a result of this, she appeared on The Tonight Show and earned herself the distinction of being the only female comic to be invited by Carson to sit on the famed couch during her first visit. Even before she was known as The Ellen Show, she was already an icon. Her appearances in the talk show circuit, and especially her wit, instantly won over audiences across America. Soon, DeGeneres found success as an actress, and she got her own primetime sitcom called Ellen. And it was only on this show that Ellen broke barriers in the entertainment industry. On the 30th of April in 1997, the famous Puppy episode aired in which Ellen's character came out as gay. This, of course, as you can imagine, shocked audiences nationwide. At that time, she was the first ever gay lead character in a television series. The producers, as well as DeGeneres herself, worked on this episode for almost a year. They wanted to keep the episode and the storyline on the down low so it would surprise audiences. However, according to Entertainment Weekly, the star of the show often made jokes about the upcoming storyline by saying her character was going to reveal she was Lebanese, or that the character named Lesbian was being added to the show. Several days before the episode aired, the Times issue published on the 14th of April featured Ellen with her own coming out story. The cover featured a photo of the star and read, "Yup, I'm gay." And just like that, with the latter, the reaction to the show, many reacted negatively to the cover, and most likely the fact that they even touched on the topic of the LGBT community. Though despite what they thought, it didn't do much damage to DeGeneres' career because her popularity continued to grow, and in 2016, she received a Presidential Medal of Freedom for her groundbreaking decision in 1997. Despite receiving backlash upon the episode airing, it was still the most viewed one. It was even ranked 35 on TV Guide's 100 Greatest Episodes of All Time. In the early seasons, the show was successful enough to warrant annual renewals, and despite the frenzy surrounding the coming out storyline, the show's ratings began to decline, and ABC began feeling the pain of backlash with regards to the gay content being published. The final episode of the show was criticized for focusing too much on gay issues, and even some members of the LGBT+ community, including Chaz Bono, began to criticize the show's serious new tones. And in the end, ABC canceled the show in May of 1998 after 5 seasons. However, that did not slow down Ellen's career. Even before her show was canceled, she had already made her move onto the big screen. She starred in a dark comedy, Mr. Wrong, a comedy where she starred alongside Matthew McConaughey called Ed TV, and a television production of If These Walls Could Talk Too, in which she shared a much publicized love scene with Sharon Stone. In 2003, she took on one of her most known roles as the beloved and forgettable bluefish Dory in the Disney Pixar movie Finding Nemo. Then later that year, DeGeneres took on a project that forever changed her life. Fall of 2003 saw Ellen take on her most iconic and well-known job as the host of her own talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and since then it has been going strong. All these years, the show has had many iconic moments and guests. A few of the most talked about episodes were Barack Obama's appearance on the show during his first presidential campaign, or the time Kristen Bell was on the show getting all emotional over sloths, not to mention the countless times she did incredible things for her audience members and fans. On her 60th birthday, she teamed up with Cheerios to present the audience members with $1 million to share between them. So what's there not to love? I'll tell you what made the audience feel confused. On the 16th of July, BuzzFeed News published an article where 10 past and 1 current employees speak out about the toxic environment while working on the show. The article shocked many people, as Ellen was always seen as America's beloved talk show host that always did many acts of good for her audience members, viewers, as well as other people around America. In the BuzzFeed report, many past employees talked about the difficulties they have faced while working on the show. One of the past staff on the show said that "be kind bull only happens when the cameras are on. It's all for show. I know they give money to people and help them out, but it's for show." Many of those stories aren't actually saying anything negative about Ellen herself, but it's aimed at the show's executive producers Ed Galvin, Mary Connolly, and Andy Lassner, though they do also take a jab at Ellen, with another former employee saying that if DeGeneres wants to have her own show and have her name in the title, she should be more involved in what's going on. They also speculate that the executive producers probably surround her and assure her that everyone who works there is happy and that she believes it. The past staff also think that it's her responsibility to go beyond that and to know what's going on. After all, it's her name that's being tarnished now. A black woman who used to work on the show told BuzzFeed how she experienced racist comments, actions, and microaggressions during the time that she worked there. When she was hired, a senior-level producer reportedly told her and another black employee that since they both have box braids, he hopes he won't get them confused. And in another incident, as the employee recalled, during a work party, one of the main writers told her that he's sorry and that he only knows the names of white people who work there. She also said that she was disappointed that her other co-workers just awkwardly laughed it off instead of standing in her defense. Another past employee of The Ellen Show said that they took medical leave for 1 month to check into a mental health facility, but the week that they returned to work, they were told that their position has been terminated. This person's story was confirmed by 4 other co-workers and medical records. The crew said that while the producers of the show openly talk about these issues, they definitely don't practice what they preach when it comes to "be kind" mantra. And thinking of how Ellen always gives to those in need, you'd think that if one of her own employees was struggling financially with medical bills or something similar, Ellen, or at least the show's producers, would step in to help them. That wouldn't be the case for the past staff member. They said that they were given a warning for creating a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for medical costs that weren't covered by their company health insurance. They said how it only took 24 hours after they posted the link to the GoFundMe to their social media that they were called into the head office department and asked to take it down because it might hurt Ellen's image. And so it seems that the bosses and producers were more concerned about DeGeneres' image than the well-being of their employees. During the start of the lockdown, Ellen came under fire from her current employees because they allegedly had no written communication about the status of their working hours, pay, or inquiries about their mental and physical health over a month. When they finally got word from the producers, what they heard didn't fill them with much confidence going forward. They were told that they should expect to see their pay be cut by 60%, according to Variety reports and insiders also that told the publication that this is totally inconsistent with Ellen's daily message to her audience to be kind to others. It seems that DeGeneres' mantra is really coming back to bite her. And if you think that things couldn't get worse for her employees, they have learned that the studio execs had hired an outside non-union tech company to help Ellen tape her show remotely, despite the fact that their union staff have technical skills to do just that. Because of all of these accusations, according to Variety, Ellen's show will be under internal investigation by Warner Media. Sources told the outlet that execs from her show's producers Telepicture and the distributor Warner Brothers Television sent a memo to the staff last week informing them that they had contacted a third-party group who will interview current and former employees about their experience on the set. Though while many are pointing fingers at the producers and not Ellen, shall we remind ourselves of the few uncomfortable moments involving Ellen's guests? Katy Perry was a guest on the show a few times, though it was her 2017 appearance and what went down that left some viewers feeling a little uneasy. As Ellen prepared to play some sort of game with Katy, the singer jokingly said that she's going to have to get married again, to which Ellen responded with, "You were never married." She then started asking questions, acting as if she can't remember who the hot and cold singer was married to, until Katy eventually said Russell Brand's name. And the reason this left some viewers feeling uneasy was that after the pair divorced, Katy struggled with depression. Many fans posted online that Ellen most likely remembered all of this but brought it up on purpose. We cannot forget the cringeworthy 2008 interview with Mariah Carey. I say cringeworthy, but also sad, and let me tell you why. When the singer came on the show, rumors were flying around that she was pregnant. Trying to hold on to some privacy, the singer kept denying it, and Ellen thought that the way to get the truth out of her was to get Mariah to drink. And so she brought out 2 champagne flutes and offered one to the singer and said, "Let's toast to you not being pregnant if you're not pregnant." When she refused to drink, Degeneres began exclaiming, "Yeah, you're pregnant. You're pregnant." The sad part is that a few weeks after her appearance on the show, Mariah suffered a miscarriage. And a more recent thing that seemed to annoy people was when sitting in her multi-million Santa Barbara home during self-quarantine, Ellen compared it to being in jail. If being stuck in a spacious house with everything I could need within my reach is like a prison, then sign me up. And so, my curious people, do you think that this is the end of the Ellen show? Are the accusations thrown at the producers of the show true? And what do you guys think of Ellen? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.